Hi, welcome back to the course. We are going to start building a business intelligence dashboard. So let's just kind of recap where we are at the moment. We're able to produce visuals that show trends based on our time series. So we have total sales by time, and we can change the hierarchy on each level, so we can look at quarter or year all the way back down to the month level. We also have our profit by quarter here, which we created using a bar chart, and we can see the positive and negatives. We're going to style this even further. We've been able to create a matrix or pivot table that shows us the total max sales by ad manager and the profit they have created, and this is aggregated at max and then aggregated at sum. So you should feel very proud that you have this knowledge so far. From now, we'll start building a dashboard with different elements. So there'll be elements on this page, and then we will slowly put them together and make them interactive. But for this tutorial, we're going to be looking at the geographic data or map data. So in our data, we have a column called state, which represents where we have targeted our ads. Power BI has 4 default map features, and for the most part, this will trigger automatically if you use geographic data. There's some styling that needs to be done, but we're going to do that in this video and some upcoming videos. So let's click state, and boom, already you have the default map. This map is Power BI's default map, where it shows the little dots that represent where our sales have occurred. However, we have a filled map, which you can see the states are filled. We have a shape map, which shows us essentially almost the same thing, but it's a little bit more detailed. And then we have the ArcGIS map. It takes a moment to load, and it also shows us a shape. For this particular video, let's go back to our default map by just going back to the visual and clicking it and looking at our options on how we can style this. So like all Power BI visuals, you can pull this out and change the size, but also we can change the size of these particular dots. If you go over to the fields pane, we can see that we have a legend, latitude and longitude. If you have those fields that can be populated, we have size, and we can change the size of our dots by bringing in one of our aggregated measures, like total spend. So if we bring spend into that, you can see that the size of those circles increases. Now, you're not limited to just the circle. This also has a legend, and let's see what happens when we bring in gender over the legend. We can actually see the different pie charts in that map. Of course, we can click our format. We can also change the size of the bubbles by going down to bubble and making them bigger or smaller. We can change data colors as usual. We can see, just like our other pie chart, we can use the categories to see the name of the particular bubble, so we can see which state is highlighted there. We can change the font and the background of that font and the transparency. There's a lot of styling that can go on in these maps. So let's look at the map styles, which right now we're looking at a version called Road. You can also zoom into this map and we can see very clearly what's going on. We can zoom out just by moving your mouse. However, we can change the theme or style by going to Arial, Dark, Light, and Grayscale, and Road. So it all depends on the type of style you want to have. Another great feature is the map controls, which has auto zoom or zoom buttons. So if I click on zoom buttons, you can see that you have this plus and minus that allows you to zoom. And we can take the auto zoom off. But I think it's easier to use your mouse to do zoom. We can also lock the aspect. So if we only wanted to look at the United States, which this is all the data that we have, we can lock it. So let's go back and remove gender from this particular legend. So we are just looking at where this is occurring, which we use with category, and the size of those bubbles. And I don't like the way the categories are styled. I'm going to change it a bit. So I'm going to change my text by going to color under category. You can change it to any color you want. Let's try yellow, and let's change the transparency on the background. Let's take that all the way off, and let's see, maybe a dark gray, or even darker. Maybe we'll go to a black. For now, we can look at that and see the particular states, because we can always highlight and get the same information on our tooltip. We're going to be styling this map even further. And in the next tutorial, we're going to be looking at conditional formatting. For this homework, I would like you to be able to tell me which state was our most profitable state. There are many ways you can answer this. See you in the next video.